abo bejo so ebi wo so a cancer ni bia no ye to the extent that you can disagree with the approach and tone. Na eya na NDC aban ho ye me wanwa kaka. Mampani Akufo adote akonya so. Niema pa edu baby na ye nuanu ntimi bie mu me de gu mampani oti akonya so. Ne busua ne yere ne ma ne party penny for aban penny for. To the extent say there was this video of Nkola senior high school Nkola bi omo year against the president.
Yeah.
Even to the extent that na school no crap is here omodi. The president of the land said, no, our future is at stake. We should not criminalize speech. Me who the game plan of this government. The very playbook amu you see here, amu de betina Ghana konya kesi so. Adiano ya de yawo na anya oda emfa anya obi. Betina Ghana konya kesi so ansana no moba. NDC had set up various media outlets, including online. Ibu atuns asema ye kanfa penina so bi ani so. Ye fa asofo mpanifo ne ahrom. Ye fa nananom ahemfo mpanifo judge mpanifo nananom judge for. I never experienced this thing at the least in Yachowa Kotomi amount a bail condition that as if says wakwa kocheni permanent. And in any case, if you think that somebody can make a false publication, a misdemeanor, and jail sentence. But a situation where, as a deliberately, unya TikTokers, unya social media activists of the opposition, any least provocation, and I don't be kind of bind them, yes, quickly inform on Kotum. Oh, yes, sir, you are taking us back. But what I don't want to happen is NDC set a precedent. In 2029, when there's an NPP administration, now the opposition must also freely express itself. Not the least thing, you call for so be kai and say, Tamana omowa ben say no, because any idea about me abe so. You have to encourage people to speak out. However, so it must also be guided, say, even though you will free speech, it must also be exercised with utmost respect and discretion. Intimate, I found it weird, say, Abrante Akoken Bibi, and answer what publishing Bibi, a buying feel scandalized. Near Kukruno, Fitisunyai, ye did not do her within a twinkle of an eye, as Yanfa handcuff, Fungunisa, hey, come on, sometime, near the Nakwakotu. That is not democracy. That is intimidation tactics. A fancy comedy. Nadia be or they pass as jokes, and they are buying what things say it be against it. Near the Nakwa CID. Sometime near Nakwa Kochrim. But I don't think that is democracy. Democracy can be painful. In fact, Winston Churchill, former British Premier, or can say, I've heard several arguments against democracy. But in all this, nobody has given me any viable alternative. And in the absence of anything good, the West is accepted to be the best. Nyoken Nan said democracy will have its own inherent challenges, but it's still the best form of government. Intima NDC eroded the gains we have made by a cabina and cabia memo. Me ameti yet me chechere the swami, bo okra won't once some kwada. You have Dr. Baumia Nansenya Utia and Energy Kojina Home. He was on his way to Saudi Arabia to practice his faith. Okodu Qatar oye transit. Qatar oye transit. In fact, he left here Dana President Eman State of the Nation. Or they could do Qatar the morning and America's first strike on Iran. So he was forced to stay at one place for almost a couple of weeks. They had NDC activists, or assigns and agents. So Dr. Baumian and the wife Sebi in Prediasa, no Koshisha Malam. To almost Malam only two started to toy. A bangway left his side because Baumian do Yenipa. To the extent, say when Yamiadom, we had to make private arrangements. Even though the embassies of Ghana, when Baumian left here, are now called Saudi Arabia because of his status as a former vice president and the opposition leader. we informed Ghana's embassies in Qatar and Saudi Arabia. To kodu Qatar, asem ekoto omo one ne hokani ene abusia no ne omoko. They had to stay put at one place till say Ewiem Bejo. Ewiem Njono, we had to then arrange with Ghana's embassies or Qatar and Saudi Arabia for them to support their movement. And so NDC for say the chartered flight. Ghana buying in a charter flight, then a cofa no fikat, which wasn't true. The man had to move by road for almost 12 hours.
Oh.
Yes, I'm telling you. 12 hours by road. From Qatar to Saudi. And so near Kano when you say, oh, the chartered flight, Ibrahim Mahama, you heard all these things. The NDC government never says any uncle publish it a defamatory. Sabe, it's your young qua into a in a